So how do you know this stunning location?
I used to live just down the street, and during my paternity leave, me and my daughter, we did a lot of hiking in this area, and this is a really nice place to put a hammock, and she had her naps there, and I was just reading a book and relaxing.
And just for the record, that's Oslo in the background that you can see behind Joakim, and yeah, this is like a beautiful, peaceful nature park where people go hiking and climbing and other outdoor pursuits.
Yeah.
So
basically, yeah.
Okay, so let's just rewind a little bit and talk about how you first got interested in lighting.
When I was in upper secondary, we were getting some new equipment for our school, and I went to a course at the local theatre, and after that I just started working more and more with theatre, and then some concerts, and then some bands, and then some venues, and then some touring, and then now I'm in the broadcast.
Was it always lighting that attracted you?
No, I've also done a lot of graphic design and photography, so the visuals have always been intriguing me, and I think all those things are really related, and well, graphic design and video and lighting are basically the same genre. So it's and everything is melting together in our field. And if you are well versed in all of those, it's a really good help in most productions.
So how long did you tour for?
I started in 2001, basically. I was 19 years old, and yeah, I did 10 years with intensive touring, some years having as much as 250 travel dates, and it was pretty insane. 5 years I toured with the French band Phoenix, all over the world, South America, Australia, everything. It was a lot of really nice experiences.
After that period, you got involved with NRK, didn't you, as a lighting designer there? Can you just tell us a bit about that? They
actually had 3 openings because 3 of their lighting designers quit because they didn't get to do the Eurovision in Oslo. So they quit the job, and then 3 openings opened up, and we were 3 people coming in. So it was a fresh start for the lighting department at NRK. So, but it was also for us, it was a bit rough because they were the people that knew how to do the productions we were going to do. And you also had a lot of other people that worked there for 50 years, and they had so much knowledge, and they were of course a gold mine for us to learn about how to light people in the studio, and doing TV shows, and what makes a face look good and all that. What's the scope of your work at NRK? I do a lot of music productions. I do some award events. I do the Norwegian selection for Eurovision. I've done that 11 times, so it's... Every year you've been there? Every year I've been there. Is there a favourite show that you like lighting? I really like doing the P3 Gull Awards. It's our young radio channel for young people, and they have a really cool award with we try to have 6-7 special acts which we really dive into, and we try to make everything in one live broadcast, and try not to use any pre-recorded material at all, but try to make it then and there, and when everything works, that's one of my favorite moments, So you enjoy the excitement of being totally live? Yeah, totally live is good, but of course when you do something that you've rehearsed for a week, and you've really you fine-tuned all the little details, and you have a really good collaboration with the camera operators and the director and the act itself, and you make some really magical moments. That's when I really thrive.
Did things keep running at NRK during the pandemic? I mean, I take it most TV seems to have kept going.
Yeah, it's been really busy. I came back to NRK from my paternity leave, and everyone was running their socks off, basically. Yeah, so we've been busy, and now when the pandemic is sort of over, we also have some, with everyone leaving the business, and a lot of things, a lot of productions have to catch up, events and concerts. There's a shortage of gear, it's a shortage of people, and it's a real challenge. So, yeah, but I think we're getting there.
So, looking back over your career, both touring and with NRK, are there any shows or sort of moments that stand out that you could share with us?
On the last East Coast tour of the Phoenix tour I was on, we did Madison Square Garden, and it was a special show, so we had someone come in and do some projection mapping of the roof, and as a special treat on the end of the show we had Daft Punk as a guest appearance on 3 of the songs, and we had some rehearsals in advance with masks and gloves and everything, and then, when I put the lights on the 2 robots, it's people went full tilt. It was really intense moment.
Hairs on the back of the neck. Yeah.
So it was such a nice experience, and very cool venue, and had a really nice rig, and we had a really good flow on that tour. That was like one of the highlights of my career, yes, indeed.
What's the most interesting or challenging location you've worked in?
I always find working outdoors very tricky, especially with the TV. I did a concert in a church in Trondheim, where I'm from, and it's a really old church and really dark and gloomy inside, but it's also something about respect for the architecture and trying to create a show where you what can I say, where you're sort of playing with architecture and not against it. You don't want to put something, you don't want to have a circus inside the church, but
you sort of respect its integrity.
Yeah, exactly. That was a concert for some friends of mine, a jazz band, and they was part of a festival, and it was a really very nice experience with some projection mapping on some columns, and I made some content and some video filters for some live cameras, and put some lights in strange locations, and it ended up being really good.
What do you most love about your work?
I love the collaboration part, and I love create music acts, and I love when everything comes together, camera, sound, lighting, everything, and you have a really nice flow, and also when the audience when they sit back with a feeling like, wow, did they really do that? That's when I really thrive, to be honest. But the collaboration part is perhaps the most important, and playing on each other's talents, and giving people room to flourish on the creative side. That's what I really enjoy.
What's great about living and working in Norway?
When I was touring, I thought it was a bit tough because it's so expensive to live here, and when you tour with European artists, there's a gap between the salary and what you have to pay here.
Yeah, everybody moans about how expensive it is here, don't they?
But if you live here and have a Norwegian salary, it's really good, and I really love hiking and being in the forest and the fjords, and I find Norway to have a good balance between the city and the nature. And also we have quite a lot of good government systems for taking care of us when we get kids, when we get ill. So and it's really, and we have shorter work hours. Like my American friends, they work their ass off while I try to have a normal work schedule. And during productions, we try to have shorter days and enough rest, so you don't end up being dead tired and
burned out. Yeah.
And it's a very nice place to work.